Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be reading the first chapter of the Book of Sirach, which is one of the Apocryphal books. I realized I said I wasn't going to start with any controversial subjects at first, but I feel like if I'm going to do a reading, I want to do a book that I think would benefit a lot of people, because this book, I would count it as one of the books of wisdom next to Proverbs, Ecclesiasticus, and Job. Now, we need to understand a few things about this book. It has different names, so if you're going to look it up, or if you plan on getting your own copy, you might not find it available with the title The Book of Sirach. It's also called the Book of the All-Virtuous Wisdom of Joshua Ben Sira, Wisdom of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus. Now, this is not the same book as Ecclesiastes. This book is called Ecclesiasticus, C-U-S at the end. So if anybody ever calls it Ecclesiasticus, or if I say that, and you're looking for the verse that I referenced, do not look in the book of Ecclesiastes. That book can be found in all of your Bibles. This one, Wisdom of Sirach, can only be found in a few of them, such as the 1611 King James Bible. And we need to go over the history of this book. The man in this book is also called Yahusha, or who you call Jesus. This Yahusha was the son of Sirach, a grandchild to Yahusha of the same name with him, but this was way before the time of the New Testament. This man lived in the later times after the people had been led away captive and called home again, and almost after all the prophets. His grandfather Yahusha, as he himself witnesses, was a man of great diligence and wisdom among the Hebrews, who did not only openly gather the grave and short sentences of wise men that had been before him, but he himself also gave his own wisdom and understanding according to the scriptures. When the first Yahusha died, now I'm just going to restate it, this is not the same as the Messiah Yahusha. People have the same names throughout the scriptures. He left his own book almost perfected. His son Sirach, after receiving it, also gave his own wisdom in it, titling it both by his own name, his father's name, and his grandfather's name, alluring the hearer, alluring the hearer by the very name of wisdom to have a great love to the study of the book, and continuing therefore wise sayings, dark sentences, and parables, and certain particular ancient stories of men that pleased the Almighty. Also, this book also includes his prayer and song, and what benefits his people received, and the plagues that went upon their enemies. This man, I think he imitated Solomon in his wisdom, and was no less famous for wisdom and learning, both indeed being a man of great learning, and so reputed also. With that being said, let's read. If you would like this book on your Android, you can find it under the name Ecclesiasticus in the Google Play Library. I will leave the different titles of this book in the description so that way you know how to spell them. With that being said, let's get into the reading. All wisdom cometh from Elohim, and is with him forever. The sand of the seas and the drops of rain, in the days of eternity, who shall number? The height of the heaven, and the breadth of the earth, and the deep, in wisdom, who shall search them out? Wisdom hath been created before all things, and the understanding of prudence from everlasting. To whom hath the root of wisdom been revealed, and whom had known her shrewd counsels? There is one wise, greatly to be feared, Elohim sitting upon his throne. He created her, and saw, and numbered her, and poured her out upon all his works. She is with all flesh according to his gift, and he gave her freely to them that love him. The fear of Elohim is glory and exaltation, and gladness, and a crown of rejoicing. fear of Elohim shall delight the heart, and shall give gladness, and joy, and length of days. Whoso feareth Elohim, it shall go well with him at the last, and in the day of his death he shall be blessed. To fear Elohim is the beginning of wisdom, and it was created together with the faithful in the womb. With men she laid an eternal foundation, and with their seed she shall be had in trust. To fear Elohim is the fullness of wisdom. She satiateth men with her fruits. She shall fill all her house with desirable things, and her garners with her produce. The fear of Elohim is the crown of wisdom, making peace and perfect health to flourish. He both saw and numbered her. He rained down skill and knowledge of understanding, and exalted the honor of them that hold her fast. The fear of Elohim is the root of wisdom, and her branches are length of days. A man that is long-suffering will bear for a season, and afterward gladness shall be upon him. He will hide his words for a season, and the lips of many shall tell forth his understanding. If thou desire wisdom, keep the commandments, and Elohim shall give her unto thee freely. For the fear of Elohim is wisdom and instruction, and in faith the meekness is his good pleasure. Be not a hypocrite in the mouths of men, and take good heed to thy lips. Exalt not thyself, lest thou should fall, and bring dishonor upon thy soul. And so Elohim shall reveal thy secrets, and shall cast thee down in the midst of the congregation, because thou camest not unto the fear of Elohim, and thy heart was full of deceit. We're going to stop there for now, and we will resume this reading maybe sometime next week, possibly on Saturday, as I have something else planned for that Friday evening. Thank you for joining me. Peace and blessings, and all praises to the Most High.